Alright, so today we're gonna be covering another special request story. This brother I've known all my life. He's from my grandmother neighborhood, like Northeast Baltimore for real. And I used to go over my grandmother's house most weekends when I was young. So I would always come over there and play with them on the weekend. Back then, we both was into basketball real heavy. Brother say he liked what I'm doing with the channel. Brother sent a donation through Cash App, bless the channel. Say he want me to tell his story. So without further ado, get you some popcorn and strap on your seatbelt. Now, this one of my sandbox homeboys, right? Talking about knee high. He was part of my little squad around there. We used to get in fights with the niggas from a couple blocks over. We gonna leave the street name out of it. We used to get into it with them boys on the regular. It started out over a female, but escalated to a lot of other bullshit. But like I say, back then we was just scrapping. So it was all good for real. The most you might get was jumped on, and we had to go back up there, catch one of them, slip and return the favor. You know what I mean? Back in the day, shit. See, by me being from the projects, Houghton Ridge projects to be exact, coming over my grandmother's house on weekends made me feel like I had two whole different groups of friends. Cause you know my little project friends, little crap ball little friends, they ain't had shit like me. But my grandmother way was a different story. They had a little couple of islands around there. All the new game systems and all that. So I was like living luxury when I came over there. But anyway, and my homeboy, see, for video purposes, we gonna call him Silk. It's not his real name, but we gonna call him Silk. He always was a fighter. He was stocky, and he knew how to throw his hands. He had a reputation for breaking niggas' jaws and shit like that. And he was fearless. So he ain't do no running. He'd stand and fight your whole block by himself. So fast forward a few years later, I ends up catching time going away. Now, while I'm gone, my grandmother neighborhood done flipped to a blood neighborhood. And I was out, wasn't no gangs around there. But that flipped into a blood neighborhood. And not only did my homeboy Silk become a blood, but he was calling shots. So basically, in response to my grandmother neighborhood becoming a blood neighborhood, the neighborhood that they used to beef with a couple blocks over, they flipped into a Crip neighborhood. Everybody out that block was claiming that blue shit, even the girls. And they already enemies with my grandmother neighborhood. So the gangs just really intensified the beef. So Silk telling me like, one night, shit kicked off because one of Silk homies lived in the area where you had to cross through the Crip territory to get there, right? Cause you know, back then nigga wasn't driving. You had to march to get where you needed to go. So Silk homeboy, he leaving the set, going back to his house. You know, getting a little late. And while he cutting through, he gets spotted. Now, he wasn't walking around flamed up with no red on or nothing like that. They just simply knew who the hell he was. Cause see, these days, gang banging niggas don't wear them colors. You gotta know who your enemy is. Motherfucker ain't gonna put no bow or ribbon on his ass until you come get him. But anyway, yeah, so while Slim cutting through the block, first it looked like wasn't nobody out. But see what it was, they all was congregating together on this one porch. So he tried to cut through on some mind his business type shit. And some of the Crip niggas up on the porch like, hey yo, what the fuck you doing around here? He heard females, they get the throwing up, gang signs at him. He didn't respond, he just keep walking. He was not going for that one. The whole porch started coming down the steps. Instead of backpedaling, turning around and getting out of there, Shorty stand his ground. Crip niggas make a circle around him. So the biggest Crip nigga out of all of them, tall, dark-skinned nigga, blindsides him. Bing! While the other niggas talking shit to him, getting his attention, he blindsides him. Bing, come here. Well, when he does that, everybody go to jump on him. Shorty drop to the ground, get the fidgeting in his dip, go in his dip, whip out the tray 8. Just start blowing that bitch. I'm on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. All the Crip niggas take flight. He drops the big, tall, dark-skinned nigga that caught him. The light-skinned girl, she was a Crip. They say she got hit in her chest, ran up on somebody's porch, and fell back down the porch steps and died right there. Shorty take off with the pipe in his hand, smoking. And they say he was licking shots as he was running, making sure he get up out of there. Cause there was a bunch of them out there. The nigga that cracked him initially, he ended up surviving, but the girl didn't. Paramedics get there, police get there. Crip niggas telling everything they know. Homicide, go get blood Shorty. Book them and cook them. Now it's on between the neighborhoods. If it wasn't already on, it's on now. So my man Silk get to telling me, the Crips that start coming through that bitch spinning. Really don't give a fuck who they hit. Them niggas dropped a couple niggas on my grandmother block. Bloods. Cause Silk said they got like, we hit like 2 people 2 different times, but it wasn't no fatalities. Till one night, they was hanging out in front of the corner store, Silk and his blood homeboys, selling grass and shit. Say 2 niggas walk up, faking like they trying to buy some grass. As soon as they got up on them, they opened fire. Then when they finished shooting, they start yelling some Crip shit out before they broke. When the smoke cleared, Silk said he was holding his little homie in his arms, watching him take his last breath. Bro say shit got wicked. When Shorty parents came on the scene, police, detectives everywhere, ambulance, motherfuckers, fire trucks and shit. They say his little Shorty mother tried to spit on Silk. Father tried to fight him, all that shit, just because. So Silk said, man, he had that shit on his heart. Little Shorty mother screaming at him, cussing him out. And at that moment, he knew he had to slide. Wasn't no way around it. Niggas heartbroken. Want some get back. So the very next evening, he called a meeting. Them niggas know, yo, we on high alert around here. Everybody to be strapped at all times. And if one of them niggas come through here, you better not hesitate. If they in the car, flip that motherfucker. Now, during this meeting, he select 2 of his homies to ride with him to put the work in.